Let's see if TikTok will let the truth fly. So, fact. The Corporation of America was found guilty. It was found guilty for crimes against humanity, for genocide, and it was told that it was supposed to be expended from this land. Now, this court case that I'm speaking about is almost impossible to find right now because everything says Trump this and Trump that, right? But you want to go looking back into 2018, 2019, and research the flesh pits that were found, okay? Because there was a flesh pit that was found in Texas that was containing all of the indigenous people, all the people of color. And so that didn't go over so well with the Moors, and because we're supposed to be protected here, right? And so what happened was, after losing that case in the Supreme Court, the American corporation was sued on behalf of we the people. Now, behind that, you have the UN, the United Nations, telling the American corporation that they needed to return everything that they took back to the people. Hence why all the land is being turned over, right? So you need to put all these pieces together, right? So this is why we had that shutdown in 2020, right? The contract with the Moroccan Empire, which gave permission for the corporation to exist on this land, wasn't in fact re-signed because of the things that were being found. And so due to that, the corporation was shut down. If you've noticed, the White House has been up for sale since 2020. Everybody that's been in office has been fake. President Trump was the last president. The corporation was expelled after him. What he did when he bankrupted the Fed was made it so that they didn't have to give back the money that they stole from everybody. But what you're not realizing is that that was already bankrupted from the lawsuit. He was just there to make you think that it was the corporation of America that was doing these things for you. Now, if you follow the food train, right, follow the money real quick. Everybody's screaming about Nasara Jasara, right, about this thing that Trump created and how he's going to make everything great. But meanwhile, if you grab access to your estate and your birth certificate and all these things, and you actually do real research, you'll know that money is fake in the first place, and so that you don't need that, because all you have to do is discharge things with a 1099 OID. You can discharge all your debts. You don't pay shit, right? So you don't need Nasara Jasara. Now, while I want you to think about this for a minute, right? At the same time that in order for you to qualify for Nasara Jasara, you have to have not gotten the in your arm, because that changes your genetic coding. At the same time, you have your President Trump telling people they needed to go and get popped, right? Why did he do that? Because he still represents the corporation. And because he represents that corporation, he needs there to still be workers inside that corporation. People that have that are no longer human. They're considered transhuman, and what that means is that they are considered biological property of the corporation and will not and cannot receive the benefits of Nasara Jasara. Same thing that guy put in place is the same thing that's keeping everybody stuck, right? So realize that, this man has been nothing but a trick. The trick was to get you to follow him so that you welcome this corporation back into the land. Because right now they still are fighting for your sovereignty, right? That's why in 2022 you had the World Health Organization have a meeting to remove the world's sovereignty. America was included in that. You can look that up yourself. These are things that you can look into. So, if you understand that there is no money, then what is this money that you're waiting for from Nasara Jasara? You see, you've been thinking that it's all been done in your favor, but the reality of it is that corporation got dissolved anyway. That's why the White House is up for sale. That's why the Fed building was boarded up. That's why all of the judges have been getting snatched up and sent to military tribunals for committing treason. That's why you've been seeing all of these politicians that are just quitting and leaving their positions. That's why you're seeing police stations that are shutting down around the country. Everything's going back to just the sheriffs. Now, the funny thing about this is, for some reason, everybody has to wait to find out, because people like you don't like to do research. You like to buy into whatever they're told and just run with it. That's the problem. So people like me that actually do research try to put the information out, and then you naysayers come over and fuck everything up and keep us stuck in the same jacked up system that we're trying to get rid of. Right? So meanwhile, while you think that it's Trump that's going to tank the corporation, the truth of the matter is the fact that we, the people that have been grabbing our birth certificates, the bonds that they're extorting the money from, have been tanking the system by our own actions. Now, this isn't something that Trump could have put into place. You know why? Because there's no government right now. There hasn't been any government in this land since, basically back since 2020. Why you think Biden had to come in with tanks and things to get into the White House in the first place? Because he's not supposed to be there. He's never there. If you ever notice, he's never in the White House anymore, is he? No, that's because of the fact that the White House is a courthouse now.
Whoa.
Actually, it might be completely empty at this point. I'll have to double check you on that one. But you need to do some research, my friend, and stop buying into what the news tells you, because the news is full of fake shit. You know, it's just like the cabal, right? It's just like the cabal, right? It's just like these Luciferians and shit. They have to tell you everything that they're doing, and you have to choose to follow them blindly anyway. You've been given all the clues by this man, but yet you're still choosing to blindly follow without doing any research or any looking into anything at all. That's unfortunate, because what we need right now is people to wake up, not people to stay asleep.
Right.
I love you. Get it together. Let's see if TikTok will let the truth fly. So, fact, the corporation